I know you're gonna dig this.
Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek.
I'm Cinnamon.
And today we're in North Baltimore, Ohio at the Petro here. The truck is currently getting, we had a DOT inspection done, and also it's getting an alignment done, and we're switching out the front tires with each other and getting them balanced. Just getting a funny wear on them right now, and we just want to get that taken care of before the wear gets incredibly weird and ruins them. So yeah, we're just trying to salvage as much tire tread as possible. The truck is just slightly over 58,000 miles on it right now. We're actually the back part of the truck stop, and there's like water around us right now. There's some geese out here, a train. We're right next to I-75 here, just slightly north of Findlay, Ohio, and south of Alright, now that our train has passed, Cinnamon's going to go ahead and give you a rundown of kind of where we left off on loads and where we've been.
An update of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So right before, I think it was Labor Day, right? Yeah, right before Labor Day, which was on a Monday, we actually had a load scheduled to pick up on a Saturday, the Saturday before Labor Day, and to drop off on Labor Day. And so the last load before that in Arizona, we dropped off on a Wednesday, so we had Thursday, Friday off. We were going to pick up on Saturday, so we went ahead and contacted the shipper on Thursday, and we asked them if they were ready. We were ready when they were, and they said that they would actually be ready on Friday. So it was nice because for them it's like, we got this done, and it's something checked off their list, and for us it's, we can have a nice relaxed long stop where if we see something awesome we can stop and check it out, which is part of the cool part of being in a straight truck. You can park in more places and stuff and be able to pull over. So we went ahead and picked up on a Friday, and I believe that we dropped off on Sunday, actually. Yeah, we dropped off the day early. We dropped off on Sunday, so then we had Monday off because it was Labor Day. There was a few loads, like I think not that many at all, and it wasn't anything that was really near us or anything, so we kind of took Monday off, Labor Day, and relaxed a little bit. But then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we had 3 short loads. Some of them were, I think one was Tuesday to Wednesday, and one was pick up Wednesday, drop Wednesday. So it was right in the area of Connecticut to Pennsylvania, then New York to Connecticut, so in that area. The traffic was very interesting. But it was nice because we got to see just a lot of water places and a lot of hills, and I will say that a bunch of the mornings there was a bunch of what is it called, fog, and it was very misty and stuff. It was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. But so we ended up doing 3 short runs during that week, and we ended up on the 3rd one. We dropped off on Friday morning, and Friday later on in the day we picked up one of our long loads, which we actually had this long load scheduled before the 3 short runs, so it was nice to be able to fill in the gaps, because with this long load it would be enough to cover what we needed to make for the week. But the long load actually picked up in Massachusetts, and it went all the way to California, and we actually had 3 different stops. So something I will say is that when you are a transporter, you want to definitely pay attention to the times that they schedule you to drop stuff off. And we actually scheduled another load after that, picking up in California the same day that we had the 3 drop-offs. So I wanted to make sure that we did have enough time and everything, but our first drop was going to be at like 4 something in the morning California time. And so I always, you always want to double check with pickup and drop off times if they're at weird hours, like outside of 8 to 5. So I actually called the place, got a number to call the we called the first delivery place, and I got a message, and it said, we are now closed. Please call back during our business hours, 8 to 5. So obviously there's a problem. You know, we're supposed to be dropping off at 4 in the morning, and they say that they're not open till 8. So I contacted FedEx, and they went ahead and rescheduled the time. And since they had to push it up about 4 hours, we still had just enough time scheduled to make it to our pickup. But as it turned out, we got to the first drop around like 7:30 in the morning, and they went ahead and took us in very, very fast. Since it was 3 drops, the first drop only had 1 pallet, so we were able to do that. And actually the second drop was about 4 miles away from that, but it took about 15 minutes because it was in a high traffic area. And they were quick too. We got offloaded on that. And then the third one was in the southwest area of California. And it was really nice because we were right along where you could see the Pacific Ocean. I think I probably took about 30 pictures because I tried to get pictures, but the thing is that it was so smoggy and foggy, and we didn't know if it was from, you know, the fires that have been happening in Northern California, or if it was just because it was morning, you know, fog and stuff. But anyways, we were trying to get pictures of the Pacific Ocean. We didn't get very good ones, but then we got like maybe 2 really good ones right at the end. And seeing all the houses at the top of the hill, and we passed Laguna Beach, which we're actually millennials, so we thought that was funny when we saw the sign.
There used to be a show on MTV called Laguna Beach's reality TV show.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to throw out a little side note. I'm pretty out of it right now. I haven't been feeling well for about the past week. And I also have like a slight migraine, so I don't know.
Just so you guys know, he's not like in a bad mood or anything. He's just not feeling the best.
Just trying to live today.
Yeah.
Looking around too, because we're surrounded by some water and some geese, and then the highway's right there, so I'm staring at that too.
So on that, so we ended up dropping on the following Monday because we left Massachusetts on Friday. Did 3 drops and the 1 pickup on Monday, and it was funny because the pickup that we had, we actually ended up getting there a half hour, 45. It was an hour 15 minutes before our original pickup time. Like, we actually ended up doing it early because everything went so smooth. And it kind of stunk though because we got there at 12:15 and they had a sign on the door when we went up, and it said, you know, closes at 12, reopens at 1. So they were on, you know, lunch. We're like, okay. So we ended up making our food and everything because it was a secure load. So we just, you know, wanted to drive, you know, as far as possible before our first stop. So it was nice though, being in a straight truck, having a kitchen in there, a sink, and all the, you know, all the stuff. So I went ahead and made enough food for the next couple of days so that when it was time for us to eat, number one, we didn't have to spend the money at, you know, truck stop, you know, the food there. Number two, we knew exactly what food we were eating and what goes into it. And number 3, I wouldn't have to cook every single day. Like, so we made enough to have leftovers where we would just have to heat it up. And it was the kind that actually tasted good when you reheat it. So anyways, did that, got loaded, ended up leaving, and our drop wasn't until Thursday. Our drop wasn't until Thursday, but we ended up, because we reset earlier that week, we ended up driving straight, like as much as we could, like driving straight without taking a ton of stops. Like obviously we did the necessary stops, a half-hour break, all that, and had a stop to eat and all that, and fuel. But we ended up calling the delivery place and asking them if it would be okay if we dropped a day early. And they said, yeah, that'd be fine. So since we got the okay to drop early, which was in North Carolina, so it was scheduled for Thursday, we were going to be dropping off on Wednesday. We actually had another load lined up after that from North Carolina going to Pennsylvania. And so we called them and we asked if we would be able to pick up a day early. So then that way we could be in Pennsylvania dropping off on Thursday instead of Friday. and they said they didn't have it ready. So we're like, okay. So we ended up dropping off Wednesday morning from our California to North Carolina load, and I think with the nonstop going from Massachusetts to California, California to North Carolina, and taking minimal breaks and stuff, it was a lot of miles. How many miles did we do this past week? If we do it from Friday to Friday, I think it was like over 6,000.
It was slightly over 6,000 miles.
Yeah, and so we did good with